Recently, an internet sensation popped off, Charleston White, out of Fort Worth. Been going crazy. Um, Controversial to many, some very polarizing. A lot of people either they love him or they hate him. But he's caught a lot of flack because he come against a lot of communities. And Nation of Islam, he said some things, pretty much against y'all in regards to speaking about, and I'm just paraphrasing, not quoting, but something along the lines pretty much of, a bunch of men, how you a man following up under another man.
Yeah.
Like a man's supposed to be able to stand, pretty much stand on his own. Um, were you able to see the comments that Charleston White made, and what is your thought process of what he's saying?
The minister said he'll be a good Muslim.
Mm.
Yeah, when one is speaking out of ignorance, that just is what it is. We be lying when we say we don't follow men.
Mm.
We follow men. That's why we get haircuts. Yeah, that's why you got the type of shoes that you got on. That's why you dress the type of way that you dress, because you saw somebody else doing a certain type of thing. This is why we study people. All the education that we have, the Constitution that we know was made by men. The laws that we try to remember and the laws that we can quote and the policies that we know was made by men, by somebody. So I don't agree with we don't follow or we shouldn't follow men, especially if who I'm following is lead me to somewhere better. Mm. I would actually be a fool to not follow somebody who's wise. That would be ignorant and dumb for me not to follow somebody who's wise. It would be stupid for somebody to come give me financial advice, relationship advice, advice about how to overcome the trauma that's in my head, advice about how to mend a relationship with my brother, advice about how to mend a relationship with my child, and I say, nah, I ain't listening to that. I ain't following that because he's a man. Now, anybody who disagrees with that's just on you. But I highly disagree that somebody in this world could say that they don't follow men. Now, you may not be in an organization following. You may not be in a church necessarily following. You may not be in a mosque following. But for us not to see that our people are gods, for us not to see that, God works through human beings. See, we don't believe in a spook God, like God is some ghost in the sky and it's going to come swoop down and change our condition and give us money and fix our violence. No, a message has to come through a human being. So when you're speaking and you're speaking truth, I have to bow down to that truth. I have to follow the truth that you're saying. If I'm driving down the road and I'm lost and I don't know where I'm going, I have to ask somebody, where do I go? When I'm following somebody down the road who know where they going on the road, I'm not ignorant. I'm not dumb because I'm following him. This man obviously knows how to get to our destination. And for me being a young man, to think that I know everything in my 20s and not listen to somebody who's in their 80s, who's already experienced what I experienced, went through what I went through, I would be dumb, then a mug, to not be a follower of somebody who has proven results. And here's the thing with that. For me, I heard the stuff about, we be on the corner selling papers and selling fruit. Listen, man, I know brothers who was selling drugs on the streets. I know brother who was doing more than just selling drugs in the streets. I would rather him be cleaned up, sending a message to our people, giving a message to our people with fruits, with a bean pie, with a paper, whatever the case may be, than what he was doing. I know brothers in prison right now. And I'm pretty sure you know somebody in prison who's working for cents a day that will rather be out here selling some fruit than be in there doing what he doing. So I'm grateful and I'm thankful to be able to go out amongst our people. See, we'll talk about a brother out there with a suit who has a message in it. You ain't got to believe everything, but I guarantee you, if we sit down with any Final Call newspaper and him Anybody else, if we sit down with a Final Call newspaper, I guarantee you we could go through that and we'll see several pages of guidance that if our people followed it, our condition would be better. And I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to set it up. We can sit down for hours, get any Final Call newspaper that you want. We can sit it down and see, damn, if our people followed this right here, they ain't got to believe everything. But if they took this guidance right here, man, our community would be better. And so when you look at the results of a brother like me, I'm a living example of what the minister could do. Because it ain't just about money. It's about he has given me guidance that has helped me help other people. See, when you can make somebody a leader, when you can make somebody a helper, that's a whole nother level than just being online or somebody being online, being able to have a successful podcast, being able to get up somewhere and lecture. What are you doing? What have you produced to where when you are asleep, you impacting people? When you out the country, you got people all around the world that's impacting people. To me, that's powerful. God works through human beings. God ain't always seen, but he's working through other human beings. So if I can put a word in somebody and it causes this brother right here or it causes this sister right here to stand up and say a word, man, that's powerful to me.
So like overall, when you heard Charleston White kind of lash out at the Nation of Islam community, like, I guess as a body or as a whole, like, what was y'all take on, what is your take on, I guess, on Charleston White?
The minister puts it this way. We can overcome any evil talk by our good deeds. In Charleston, he's already said that this is a persona. He said it several times. Y'all falling for the Mackin, nigga. Yeah, I see him. But I'm not falling for the Mackin. I sent him receipts. That's how I know that it's a character now, because I sent him receipts and I saw him read it. He said, we don't do nothing in the community. I went on for like a 2 week straight showing all the stuff we do in the community of feeding people, having a teaching of showing brothers that I went from prison, that is now not in prison, that's now doing for self, all of the charity work, all the work that we're doing with conflict resolution. So I've shown all of that and sent it to him. So he saw it. So for anybody to say nothing is being done when it comes to the Nation of Islam, whether if you believe in what we believe in or not, you just honestly just talking at this point. To say that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan hasn't impacted nobody. And just to be honest, a lot of videos that he posts about being with the youth and about speaking up for the youth, being an example for the youth, a lot of stuff that he's saying, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan done already said. So if what he's saying that he is doing is effective because he's around the youth or he's there, he's a mentor showing them stuff, the minister got ministers and brothers that's doing that and will bear witness and tell you the only reason I'm doing this is because of the minister. So I'm asking you, what's more powerful? Me as an individual being able to do something, or me being able to say, I can do this, but all over the world, I got brothers who coaching little brothers, saving little brothers, helping little brothers, producing somebody like myself who has helped people overcome suicide. I've had people tell me, man, I was thinking about suicide and I overcame suicide. We have an ABS tribe Tuesday through Saturdays where we got a sister circle and a men's lion's den. Men is overcoming trauma. Men breaking down crying, sisters breaking down crying, having breakthroughs, and I'm only a student. I'm able to shake up the word in a way, help these young brothers, help brothers that's older than me, sister that's older than me. And he knows who I am as well, because I heard him mention my name too.
Yeah, I heard it too.
He said, I'll be laughing. I don't take it personal. He said, yeah, and F been X, because he followed Farrakhan. But I'm the youth though. I thought you about the youth. So if I am the youth, I ain't out here robbing nobody. I ain't out here killing nobody. I ain't out here being no fraud. And if you think so, come pull up the receipt. Come on, we can sit down 2 hours. Let's pull up the receipt. You can't find it. So why, if you saying that you for the youth and you advocating for the youth and you have a youth in your midst that has receipts, not just talking, like I said on the last interview, I can shut my mouth and I can point. So meaning that resources there. But if you for the youth, why can't you come together on common grounds and say, although I may not agree with the beliefs, we work with everybody else who you don't believe everything they believe. So why, if you are for the youth, you will come after somebody who is doing great work, who do got resource, and probably more resource than some of the people that you are connected with and that you would be willing to network it with. So what is the real motive? What is the real motive and why behind saying what you're saying? So that's what I thought about it, man. You know, I say, and let me put this on the record. Ain't nobody in the nation talking about threatening nobody. This is what people do to justify what they saying. Oh yeah, I seen somebody in the comments named Muhammad who said, yeah, they gonna do something. I wish a nigga would. That's a fake profile. Ain't no follower of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan looking at somebody online saying, no, man, we got to take care of him. We got to go kill him. We got to go. Ain't nobody worrying about the talking because we're taught, and it said on video, the minister has taught us we can overcome that evil talk with our good deeds. And if they touch us physically, then we fight with those who fight with us. We naturally should defend ourselves. But to be coming out to somebody because of a YouTube video, you know how many people done made YouTube videos? You know how many influencers done lied and made up YouTube videos? So no, ain't nobody threatening. And our thing is we're going to continue to put the work in. And I look at it as a challenge. I look at it as fuel. Well, yeah, you saying we ain't doing nothing? Well, let me crank it up then. Because we do need opposition. Opposition is necessary. We're taught in the Quran, struggle in opposition is ordained. If you go look at all the prophets had somebody who has something negative to say, and the minister knows that as well. And if we was to compare the works, meaning the rise of the black man and woman, not no damn hospital, not no restaurant, not no business, because businesses can be built, but if the black man and woman who's in those businesses are dumb, deaf, and blind, we're going to burn that business down. We're going to tear that restaurant up. We're going to mess up the land. We ain't going to pay the taxes on the land. We're going to lose something. So to me, anybody wants to come after the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, just bring all of your results, bring all your people up. Then I go as a student, go gather all the people who he's helped, and let's see who's the winner. Because the scripture says you can tell a tree by the fruit that it bears, not the words that he's saying.
Do you think the minister know who Charleston is?
I just said, the minister said
Charleston
White would be a good Muslim. The minister didn't say, oh, that brother's a bad, but he said, he would be a good Muslim. Because he understands the nature of us. Yeah. And this is the difference, and this is why I follow, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, because he's a man who could take hatred from a people. And he loves them so much, even when they say something wicked about him, he sees the God within them. But if you look at these people online who say, I love my people, black power this, God, black this, the moment somebody says something we disagree with, we turn on them. F that nigga. Forget that nigga. I don't care nothing about that nigga. But the minister, from what I've seen over his 40 years, 60 years of work, even if he sees someone who's condemning him, coming after him, saying something bad about the nation, he always tries to show them love in some type of way.